Welcome, parents. Today we're going to talk about Career Planning 101. I'm Nick Hardesty, Career and Alumni Coordinator. Today we want to talk about why career planning is important for your students. There's a few bullet points here that are important to note. Really, the main things we want students to understand is that it's a preparation for the world of work. It helps build their confidence and improves decision making, helps with goal setting and evaluation, and develops professional soft skills. Really, career planning for your student is a matter of three main questions. We'll see on the next slide. It's pretty simple. What we want students to understand in our program is that just like we do as adults, are always evaluating ourselves and where we're trying to go, and we want our students to be able to answer three big questions. Who am I, where am I going, and how do I get there? The way we've set things up here at Kauffman Scholars, we want students as all throughout the program to be evaluating who they are, looking at their strengths, interests, and their needs and wants so that they can kind of identify where it is they want to go. That's important that they know where they want to go because that's going to help us make better informed choices about schools that they'll attend in the future, majors they may select, and potential career possibilities and choices. And then ultimately, the career team here at Kauffman Scholars is trying to come up with three main ways in which we can help students develop how their strategies and how they get there. And those three ways are exposure and exploration, preparation, and application experience. We want students to take time really just to get out there and get involved. That's the main piece that we want students to understand. Next up, we have a definition here that's kind of a lengthy definition of really what describes career readiness. I'm going to skip down to the in sum and really look at the three bullet points. For our students, career readiness really means that they can connect their education to employment and that they are gaining skills that will help them function effectively in a workplace, as well as to committing to professional and personal growth over time. We want our students to be lifelong learners and to apply this in everything that they're doing. Next up, this is kind of a top 10 list that we put together for students, and we wanted you guys as parents to be aware of this. If many students understood, if they did these 10 things over the 8 years that they're in the program from freshman year through senior year of college, they would be setting themselves apart from so many of their peers. And if we look at some of these items, as adults we see these as kind of basic and things that we take for granted that a lot of students haven't practiced or worked on over time. So I want to run through these really quick with you. The first one is resume and cover letter. All students actually are expected to turn in a resume this year, and soon a lot of these expectations in these top 10 lists will become part of our program as students continue through their journey. But they need a resume and cover letter. That's the first step in any kind of setting, whether it's to get scholarships for applications to college, or it's to take part in a summer academy enrichment program, or to ultimately get part-time work or a future career. Resumes and cover letters still serve as the most important tool. They also have to be able to give a formal presentation. It's important that they know how to speak in front of a group of people and feel confident to do so. That they also participate in multiple mock interviewing experiences. These are very important because they give the student, again, that confidence necessary to know that they can sit in an interview setting and do well without being too nervous. Practice makes perfect, as we know, and mock interviewing is a great way for them to get practice. Letters of reference and recommendation. We encourage our students again and again to work to build their network, and it's important that as they build that network, they find individuals who think highly of them and are willing to support their efforts. Have your students ask their teachers, at least one teacher a year, or a coach, someone that they trust and speak highly of your scholar, to give them a reference or letter of recommendation. Also, we provide a lot of different career-related workshops and activities throughout the year. These are awesome opportunities for your students to get involved and increase their skills for preparation. And then also, students really need to have a graduation and post-graduation plan and action steps that follow that. It's important that they not only understand where they want to go, but that they have intermediate steps and how to get there. Participation in career application experiences. There's a lot coming up in the future here at Kauffman Scholars. We have a great program called Startup Scholars where students can be matched to internships. We also have an opportunity fair coming up in March. There's shadowing opportunities. volunteerism, and again, to reiterate what we said earlier, if students just get involved, these opportunities lead to future opportunities, and so on and so on. 8, improve social etiquette and professionalism. This kind of goes back to the workshops, but we really want to see students be comfortable and confident in any situation and be able to code switch and be able to feel professional no matter what environment they're in. So this is something that they can work on through different classes they have at school, through different workshops we provide, through activities in the community, and ultimately if they get involved, those experiences will help improve these skills. 9, it's really important that they create a strong network and relationships with other professionals in the community. This is huge. I think we always understand and underestimate too the mentality and the old phrase of it's not what you know but who you know, and that is so true in today's world, especially with so much social media and everybody's connected. There's really not a reason why our young people and our students shouldn't be building strong relationships. These strong relationships are they're gonna call for reference letters later. They're gonna be able to connect them to internship opportunities in the future. So the importance of them to build a strong relationship is definitely key. And then finally, this is something I think a lot of students forget about. They need to document this growth. They need to have a career portfolio. If they're working in all of these different capacities, getting involved, being a leader in their school, and they don't write this stuff down, they may forget it by their senior year when they're applying for scholarships, trying to get into the college that they want to. They need to have this information written down somewhere. As we move on, I think the big question that a lot of times parents and students have is kind of, well, where do we go for help? I know if a student needs to get a shadowing opportunity, where do I go? And I tell students all the time, well, look first to the network that's right in front of you, which is your family. See who your family knows. Maybe it's a parent, maybe it's an aunt, uncle, somebody who can connect you to a person or a professional in the community that can help you on your way. Mentorship is huge, and I think students need to get over the fear of asking for help, that asking for help is not a weakness, that once they learn that asking for help is something that's not too difficult to do and get comfortable doing it, kind of take a risk, they'll find out that the help's there. And they can get that help from their career college counselors at their high schools, teachers. They can talk with us as Kauffman staff or their coaches. There's a lot of community-based organizations that provide mentorship and or guidance for young people on their journey. So I know YMCAs and other community-based organizations are great places to get your students involved. There are a lot of online tools and resources. And again, like we said, they can talk to you and your network, help them by connecting them with the professionals you know and that you interact with on a day-to-day basis. Finally, I put here some tips for success, and I won't go over each of these, but these are great tips just for your student to be thinking about as they get ready for that next phase in their life, not only for college, but also post-college as they start their entry-level careers. They need to be motivated. It's really about getting excited and getting involved. And they have to have, again, plans and revise those. There has to be an evaluation for plans each year. And they have to set those goals. You can't, again, measure if you've made it to where you've, decided you want to go if you do not have goals. So explore different training opportunities, research opportunities, again, internships. The more you can promote this, the better. And then have them measure their success. Teach them how to ask for help, like I said. And the last point that I make jokingly with the students is get an ABN degree, which is always be networking. With that, I'm going to conclude our presentations. If you ever have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me or call me at 816-885-6431 or at Hardesty@kaufmanscholars.org. Thank you.